Hello everyone, welcome to Divine Debut. Thank you for being here. Oh, it's been so amazing. Thank you so much. The views have been over the top. I am totally thrilled with the comments that I have been receiving. I am so humbled and so extremely happy at all of you and the way that you have been giving back the love that I've been giving to you so long. It's been almost 3 years. Almost 3 years, and we've come a long way. I want to thank each and every one of you for your emails, your love, your kind words, and I cannot stress that enough. I feel as though I've received my Christmas presents already. Seriously, I'm so happy. Thank you, thank you. I would like to say that today is the 15th of November, and as usual, I am running late. This is like, it's past the stage of being silly, and I know it's crazy. So times have been crazy. You know, we've been through such hardship. This year has been really tough with Mars retrograding where it was for months, like it was, in a difficult spot. The energies just in general, and I'm not going to go into the astrology at the beginning of the readings. I will put a small section, the end part of the video will be the astrology part. For those of you that are interested, can stay on and watch the rest of the video. For those astrology lovers out there, I will speak a little bit about that, but not in the beginning of the video because there's a lot of people that want to watch the tarot. So it's the 15th today, 15th of November 2018, and these readings are love in general for the mid-month to the end of the month, okay, of November. I am going to be doing the extended readings. Instead of uploading them on Vimeo, from now until Christmas, I will be uploading these videos on YouTube. Just so you know, this is me giving back to you. I'm almost at 40,000 subscribers. So thank you so much again. So there's going to be a part 1, part 2. The part 1 will be the divine spread. Okay, with the hidden messages, the divine messages, and the karma dharma messages. I will be taking one card from the Black Moon astrology cards, 1 or 2, all right, for each sign in the first part. And I'm also using the Legacy of the Divine Tarot, which I have. It's a new deck, and I'm so happy to use it on these readings, okay, by Ciro Marchetti. Now, all the rest of the cards that I'm using, I will put the list in the description box below. So, in the second part, which is the free second part of your reading, which, as I said, would normally be on Vimeo, you're getting it for free. And before I forget, I would like to wish Sagittarius a happy birthday, even though we're still in the time of Scorpio for a few more days. Happy birthday if it is your birthday, and happy solar return. Happy birthday, dear Sagittarius. It's your turn. The sun is coming into your sign, and you are blessed by Jupiter, your ruler. So this is going to be a very special birthday for you. Again, thank you all for your love and your commitment to my channel. Okay, let's go on to the readings now. And please don't forget to share, to like, subscribe, and comment. That keeps my channel going, and it is very important. All right, so thank you again. Part 1, here we are. Hello Aquarius, welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you for being here. This is your mid-month of November till the end of November 2018 general and love reading. It's the Divine Spread. Today is actually the 16th here in Sydney, 16th of November, and I am doing something differently where I'm making the readings into two parts. The second part would be the extended reading that you would usually find on Vimeo. From now until Christmas, I will be uploading it on YouTube. This way everyone can get an idea of what Vimeo is all about. Plus, it's always good to give back to my subscribers and the people who follow me, that, you know, all the love that I've been given, it's time for me to give it back. So part 2 is the extended part. Please watch part 1 first and then part 2. Okay, some people are going straight to the second part. You miss out on a lot. You miss out on a lot of messages in part 1. That's the main reading. Part 2 is the extended. So that's up to you what you do. Nevertheless, thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. You are appreciated, Aquarius. Oh my God. Okay, cards are flying out. How many? We've got 3 cards. Well, they flew out, so I need to take them. This is the Karma Dharma position. And wow, okay. So we've got the Hierophant, which is the card of Taurus. We've got the Hangman, which is the card of Pisces. And we've got Jupiter, which is, you know, the card of Sagittarius. This is the Wheel of Fortune. So there is restrictions. You've been going through restrictions and you're at a point of standstill, but look at Jupiter. Jupiter's moved into its home sign of Sag. So the wheel is turning. Things are starting to shift. Now, you are very lucky, you guys. Getting 3 cards here. Most of the signs are getting 1 card. Now, I took them especially because they wanted to come out. 3 cards, okay. That's fine. There's a message in that. So let's see what the Divine Spread wants to show for you. General and love, mid till end of November 2018, Aquarius. Okay. Mind you, Venus is turning direct within 4 hours. Okay, she's still in Libra at roughly 25 degrees. So she's almost finished up in Libra, which is the house of partnership. Everyone's talking about partnerships, trying to find the balance, having those conversations. Okay, and she's still going to be in her shadow for a little while. She's going to go through Scorpio. So for the next first 10 degrees of Scorpio, she still will be in shadow. So up until around December 6th, if I'm not mistaken. And in about 20 hours, Mercury is going retrograde. So wow, interesting. Next 2-3 weeks will be interesting. Be careful with communication. Be careful with any flights, any arrangements, anything that you are planning. Go over the details. Retrogrades are all about that. Mercury is like, look at the finer details. Okay, it's all about the details. Go over things, redo things. I think that because Mercury goes retrograde every, like 3 times, sometimes 4 times a year, it's not such a big deal. Whereas Venus does her retrograde once in every 18 months. So it's not, you know, as common. So obviously it's more potent, right? We feel it more, I feel. So let's begin. In the root, the foundation, we've got the King of Cups. Now, what is hidden from you and you don't know is the Justice card. And that's Libra. Mind you, I'm using Ciro Marchetti's Legacy of the Divine Tarot. In the recent past, we have the Hanging Man. You've got that twice. You're still in limbo. Okay, waiting on something, obviously. In the present position, we've got the Tower. The Tower, which is typical Aquarius. I think you're ready to break down what you've been like waiting for. If something's not working for you, you're going to rebel. It's time to kick up a stink, dear Aquarius. It's time to shift. Let's look at your crowning card, and we've got, oh my God, the Three of Swords. This is what's on your mind. Some of you have been heartbroken. Oh boy. Let's look at the advice and action to take. We've got the Ace of Wands. Now the outcome card is the Two of Coins. And what's in the divine position and planetarily what's happening for you, we have Judgment. Wow, very strong card. And in the extended reading, of course, I will be taking cards on all these positions. Wow, so we've got really, really strong cards. Really strong cards here, dear Aquarius. Let's take a Black Moon astrology card and see what else we need to take note of. Now, the message that comes through right off the bat, without me even looking at each card separately, is that some of you feel as though you've sacrificed too much. If you are in a committed partnership or relationship, you feel restricted, you feel too much sacrifice, too much waiting in limbo. You feel left out. You don't feel as though this is working. Some of you you've been heartbroken. You may feel that you may feel as though your partner has not given you back what you've put in, what you've invested in. So your values are not the same, you've realized. And I feel as though you're coming to that sort of a conclusion. That's how you're seeing things anyway. And I feel as though there is, a breeze. Winds of change are coming in. Some of you are really going to let go. You're going to break loose. You're going to rebel. And you're going to close the door. You are like, you've had enough. And you're going to look at yourself. It's time to love and nurture yourself, I feel. Now, others of you may realize that your partner may have done the dirty on you. And maybe you've been giving and they haven't as reciprocated. And that could be because they're emotionally invested somewhere else. And there is a judgment calling here. Let's see, for Aquarius, what's the Black Moon astrology message? And we have Saturn, which is truth. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Now this is your ruler. Saturn rules Aquarius. Saturn rules Capricorn, but it also rules Aquarius. Aquarius also is ruled by Uranus. The main ruler is Uranus, but before Uranus was founded, Saturn was the ruler of Aquarius. So this, for me, the Tower card, even though many will say it is Scorpio, and we've also got the Judgment card here, which is Scorpio, death and transformation. Rising up from the ashes, whatever's been dead is coming back to life. For me, it's a second chance. The Judgment card is a second chance. So some of you may have Sun, Moon, or Rising, if you're cross-watching. Okay, some of you may have strong Scorpio here. Now, this card here, Judgment card, is the card of Pluto. And Pluto and Saturn are going to meet up. It's not going to be like Saturn is trying to catch up to Pluto, and he will. Saturn, which is a slow-moving planet, it's at 6 degrees. But obviously, the further out the planet is, the wider the angle, the wider the orb. So Saturn is slowly and steadily coming closer and closer to Pluto in Capricorn. And, it's like Saturn is really, really hard. Like Saturn is the slap in the face. I was saying that some of you have found out that maybe your partner was cheating. Whatever sort of a heartbreak you're going through, you do have the Three of Swords here. And that is a heartache and a heartbreak. Is there not enough love within your committed partnership relationship? Are you dealing with a player? Or is it just that your values have changed? Saturn is the wise one. Saturn is, because it rules Capricorn, it's the main ruler of Capricorn. Capricorn is the 10th house. So think of a soul that starts with Aries. That's the seed that is born. And it has to go all around the zodiac to reach to the end of its cycle of its life in Pisces. So Capricorn is the 10th house. That's why it's the house of the elder. And, the elder would be someone who, as you can see, this Saturn here, Kronos, he's got the beard, he's got the wisdom, the grey hair. He's been through the lessons in life. He's grown through experiences. So he's become the wise one. We have our Saturn return. Every time Saturn turns, 28 years, it does the whole cycle like in 28 years. So our first Saturn return is at 28, then at roughly 56. So think about it. We go through lessons. Now, Saturn is always really harsh truth. Saturn will not lie to you. Doesn't matter how cold the truth is. He will tell you the truth. Now, through the truth, even though it may be a slap in the face, the truth will bring longevity and stability, because that's what Saturn brings to us. So yes, the truth can hurt sometimes with Saturn, and I'm afraid that you're going through some sort of a growth spurt. Now, some of you may be having your Saturn return if you're either at the age of 28 or 56. That's a major crossroad. It's a major turning point in your life. Think about if you're over the age of 28, think about what important changes happen for you in your life. Or, if you're older than that, around the age of 55, 56, 57, what happened to you then? It's a major time for you, dear Aquarius. I see that with Saturn and truth. Here we have the Two of Pentacles, which the Two of Pentacles is a juggling act. You're still deciding. You're not actually ready to take that leap of faith. And why do I say leap of faith? I feel as though you are starting on a new journey. Even though we don't have the full card here, we've got the Ace of Wands, which is a new passionate beginning. This is creativity. This is what you are inspired to do. You're on fire. You are beginning something new, and you're going for what you feel passionate about. Now, if this is business, it's like the light bulb that goes on. Something comes to mind. And look at how dark and gloomy this card is. And we've got the love heart there. What a beautiful card. I love the illustrations on these cards, but it's hard. Three of Swords, 3 people involved, love triangle, the Tower, and then the Three of Swords, and the Justice card here, which is Libra. Maybe some truth has come through with Venus turning retrograde. Maybe some truth has come true. Some truth has come to light, which is difficult for you. But know that the truth will always set us free. Now, justice is all about balance. Others of you may be just not letting go, not giving up on your relationship. If this is a committed one, a marriage, maybe you're still juggling and thinking, what do I do? You're still trying to, like a child that's, from crawling is starting to stand up on its feet and take those first steps. I feel that that's what's happening for you, dear Aquarius. It's like you're having a new beginning. It's like you're learning how to walk again. Now, we've got in the distant past, we've got the King of Cups. Some of you may be dealing with a water sign. Pisces would be more the more stronger water sign here. It could be also Scorpio, obviously. So Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer as well, but not so much. The King of Cups is someone who is emotionally open. They come from the heart. They speak from the heart. They're very loving. Now, I'm not reading reversals, so when I take the extra cards, I will know what is going on with this King of Cups. Now, in the recent past, stalemate, still holding on, sacrificing, trying to make things work, as you can see. He's doing somersaults. It's like you're doing backflips, trying to hold on to something, to a marriage, to a partnership, to a business partnership. But, after changing your perspective, I would say, for those of you that are still holding on to this relationship, with the card of Pisces here, and just know that Mars is at 0 degrees at the moment. It's just moved into Pisces. So Pisces is anything that is of the occult, anything that is deep and hidden. It's very similar to Scorpio, but it is a completion of a cycle. Now, Mars is not happy there, but it's actually right on top of the moon, and the moon is very emotional. Mars wants to push forward, but Mars is very weak. It's not that happy in Pisces because Pisces is murky. It's not easy. It's not light. It's heavy. So it is a bit of a heavy time. Do pay attention to your dreams. With the moon in Pisces, a very strong intuition. Do write those dreams down. Here we've got Jupiter working overtime in Sag. Know that it does bring blessings. Sometimes it can help you, I should say, make you look at the bigger picture as much more positive than what it really is. So not really looking at things realistically. Even though Sagittarius is all about the truth, that is so, but because the energy of Jupiter is so benevolent and it's so big, it looks at life through a wider angle, he can be like too positive. So the Tower comes down and it's bringing change, obviously. It's bringing a major shift. Now, I'm sorry to see that the Three of Swords is after the Tower. I really am, because I don't like this position. I would say it would be better if it was the opposite. But know that whatever you're going through, whatever difficulty you're going through, we do have the Ace here, which, the Aces are blessings. Know that whatever difficulty this is, the Three of Swords, yes, it's going to have you hoping to decide. But look, you're doing a juggling act here. You're up in the air here. You're the flying trapeze here. You're very consistent and very able and, willing and able. If you put your mind to it, you are the genius. You can do whatever you want. But you can't make the other person do what you want. That's the thing. Everyone has got their own opinion, and everyone needs to do what's right for their own life. Here we've got Judgment in the divine position. This is a rebirth. You are being born, reborn again. Whatever has been stagnant will be given a second chance. So if you've tried hard For some of you, as I said, it's going to work out. You're going to give your partner another chance. For those of you that this is not salvageable, then you're looking after number one, which is yourself. Okay, now I've got the Two of Coins here. This will be interesting in the extended reading. Looking forward to doing that for you. Know that if you are dealing with someone who has not opened they're not open with their emotions, dear Aquarius, and this could be you not opening up with your emotions. You could be holding back, and your partner could be the one that's heartbroken. It could go anyway. So now we've got Libra. We've got, of course, your Aquarius, so Gemini, Libra as air. We've also got Scorpio here. Now we've got fire here, which is a wand. We've got Sagittarius here, I would say. Could be also Aries and Leo, but because we've got Jupiter, I would say more than likely Sagittarian energy. Sun, moon, or rising for you or your partner. Now the hanging man is Pisces. As I said before, we've also got Taurus. And I will be obviously mentioning more signs. I'm going to also say Capricorn because we've got Saturn, which you may be dealing with a Capricorn. I know that Aquarius, many times, the Aquarius comes up for Capricorn. So because of Saturn, maybe, just a few of you may be dealing with a Capricorn person. Okay, I will let you go. I'm going on to the next reading, so watch the extended if this was resonating for you. For those of you who want to stay on to this video, I've got the astrology part of the video. You can watch till the end of the video. All right, thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Talk to you in 5 minutes. Okay, for you astrology lovers, a little bit on that. Okay, so November 15th, we've actually got Mars that enters into Pisces. Wow. Interesting, eh? After so long that Mars has been in Aquarius, like, I don't know, for 4 or 5 months. And that's incredible. Finally, the Martian, which is full of fire and passion and the driving force. It's our will, it's our energy. It actually moves into Pisces, Mars does, which Mars is the ruler of Aries, right? So Aries, Mars is nearly at home. When it moves into Aries, it will be in its home sign. So Mars has been through a lot of difficulty through Aquarius because it went through, it was on the South Node. It went through difficult squares with Uranus. It was at a very, very difficult time in its transit. And it's happy because it's happier than being in Aquarius because, Aquarius is an air sign. So fire and air do mean explosion, Look at the worldly news. Look at what's happened in the past 4 or 5 months. Look at your own personal life. Like on the collective front, it's been really hard for people. As well as that, on our own lives, in our own lives, it's been like really, really tough. It's like there's been a lot of trouble, a lot of changes happening. People have had like one day good, the next day it's like downhill. I see it in, people that are around me in their lives. Same with me. I mean, we're all going through the same energies. So Mars, as I said, moving into Pisces. Pisces is a water sign. So Mars slows down there. It's like putting something that's on fire, let's say a torch. Put it in water. It's like putting out the fire. It's difficult to move through because Pisces is murky. It's like watery, it's unclear. It's very loving. Of course, Pisces has got a lot of love to give. It's the divine love. But Mars being there, it's like its energy is slowed down. It's like taking a break. It's as though it's taken drugs. Mars has taken drugs. It's drugged out and it's like going with the flow. It's lost its energy though. Think about it. What else? Okay. Let's see what's next. We've got Venus direct on the 16th of November. Don't forget, she's still in her shadow period. Even though it's all systems go, she's actually moving over the degrees. She's at 25 degrees, right? When she goes direct. She's at 25 degrees and she's still in Libra, which is her own home. So she's very happy there. She's very happy to move direct too. So from 25 degrees, she will be slowly and not long to go before she moves into into Scorpio, and that will be in 2.5 weeks. So yeah, once she gets to the 10 degrees of Scorpio, that will be when her shadow period ends. So it is all systems go, but she's still sort of it's as though she's working on the last details of, we're working on the last details of what we perceive as, something that is adorable, beautiful, something that we love, anything that is of value to us, anything to do with love and money, and our value system. So very positive that she's moving direct. It's great. And being in Libra, it's the house of partnership. So we are still talking about finding our balance. We're hoping to find our balance. We're going to be able to be, just like Libra, trying to find the balance and being there for others. Because Libra is other people. It's the house of partnership, right? Whether it's family, business, or romance. Now, on the same day, like tomorrow, Mercury goes retrograde. So it's like Venus finishes, Mercury begins. So we're not at the end of the retrograde season. Now, Mercury is not such a tragic retrograde. Mercury goes retrograde 3 or 4 times every year. It's just that Mercury deals with communications, right? Anything to do with communicating. Third house matters, which is siblings, neighbors, friends, being in a small group, anything to do with study as well. So anything electronic, anything that is driven, anything that you sit in and you drive it, be careful. There may be breakdowns. Be careful with looking at the details. You need to look over details again and again with Mercury retrograde. Because if you are, let's say, traveling, you've got, your flight, your itinerary, look over the details, because there is a big chance that there is some sort of a mistake. There could be delays, there could be cancellations, what have you. Now, Mercury is in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the house of higher education. Mercury is ruled by the house opposite Sag, which is Gemini, right? So little Mercury being in huge Gemini, because in huge Sagittarius being ruled by Jupiter, is grand. It's big. It's enormous, So little Mercury in there moving retrograde is going to be going through some difficult aspects with Neptune at the moment. Actually, in the next week, we've got a difficult square between Mercury and Neptune, and that speaks of confusion. So, yeah, be careful. Be careful with being confused. Neptune is in Pisces. It's very strong, even though it's retrograde, and we're wearing rose-colored glasses. I already feel the confusion the past couple of days. So the next week, still the same. Be careful with your details. Be careful with communications and not misunderstanding. And try and stay alert. Keep that left brain working. Do not go into disillusion and illusions with Neptune in Pisces can happen. Now, on the 22nd of November, the sun will enter Sagittarius. What a beautiful time. Happy birthday, Sagittarius, right? Happy, happy birthday. I was so happy to give you the best reading in the whole world. So happy to do that for you. So, the sun in Sagittarius, there's a lot of optimism. My God. There is a lot of clarity. What is the sun? The sun is the ruler of Leo. It's, as I said before, it's grand. And when the sun meets up with Jupiter, which won't be long, let me see. Okay, so in 1.6 weeks, so in about 10 days, the sun is conjunct Jupiter in Sagittarius. My God, wishes coming true. Anything to do with Sagittarius, which is foreign places, foreign cultures, higher education, spirituality, truth, freedom, exploration, exploring, going on that adventure. It's a time to go on an adventure. It's a time to travel. Now, with Mercury retrograde, know that it only lasts for about 3 weeks. So it does not take long. It's actually like 3 weeks, but then it will be in shadow just for a bit. Let's say I will tell you when it will be going direct. So in 3 weeks, which will be December the 7th, Mercury will be going direct. Yeah. So things will be back to normal. And that's fantastic. So communications, everything will come back to normal. Venus will be out of its shadow by then. It will be in Scorpio. So still deep Scorpio, hidden stuff. But that is still death and transformation, but in a very positive way because Venus will be direct. So anything to do with intimacy as well. Very, Scorpios rules the sexual organs. This is like sex on fire. Sex on leg, how do we say it? Sex on legs, yeah. So now, 23rd of November, which is, 23rd is like 11. If you break it down, it's a number 11. Again, it's in the 11th month of the 11th year. So I'm saying that the full moon in Gemini, at the beginning of Gemini, is going to be amazing. Now, Gemini is all about, it's ruled by Mercury. Gemini is an air sign, so it's all about our intellect. It's all about communication, writing, reading, studying, siblings, neighbors, education, as well as short distance travel. Full moon is a completion, right? It's clarity. It's like an illumination. So with completions come new beginnings, correct? So it's at 0 degrees and 52 of Gemini, which is, it's actually on the cusp with Taurus. Now, the last full moon was in Taurus. Taurus is all about our values, what is near and dear to us, what we value, it's all about the comforts in our life. Taurus is it's earth. So it's all about putting in that hard work because it's the house of earned income. So working hard towards things that make you feel comfortable, right? So being right on the cusp of Taurus Gemini, it's all about the things that I just mentioned, like, anything to do with communication, also publicity, like publishing, a book, anything that's been written. I think that people are going to look at uh, this time as very important because, as I said, Gemini is logic, Gemini is the left brain. It's a very intellectual sign. So our intellect will be very, very important at this time. And anything that deals with that left brain, logic, anything to do with logic. All right, 24th of November, Neptune goes direct. So we've got so many things happening. Neptune direct, those rose-colored glasses are coming off. Neptune is in Pisces. It's at 13 degrees, almost 14 degrees of Pisces. So moving direct, Pisces is the divine love. Pisces is the completion of a cycle. It's the last sign of the zodiac. Now, Pisces is also a water sign. So, as I said, with Neptune moving direct, even though Pisces is also, it's a very dark house. It's the occult. It's things that are hidden. The positive thing with Neptune moving direct is that those glasses will come off. We will be able to see through the veil. So anything that has been disillusioning for you, if you've been stuck in an illusion, if you've been drugging yourself out because the energies have been so difficult, it's actually time to cut down on those drugs, see things clearly, right? And just go with the flow, because Pisces is it's, as I said, it's the divine love. It's giving everything to the world. And I think that it is time for, with Neptune moving direct and in its own home sign, we've got Jupiter direct in its home sign. We've got Venus at that stage, obviously direct in its home sign still. This is like incredible. It really is. Now, the moon, while I'm doing this, is in Aquarius. Aquarius is the rebel. The moon is our emotions. So not being so emotional, I would say, because Aquarius is like, they break down, they rebel against things that don't work for them, right? So with the moon moving through Aquarius, it's like detaching from our emotions. It's like using, again, our intellect, because all air signs are intellectual, more than what our heart space is. So it's detaching from anything that is difficult emotionally. Now, the moon is also home. It's our mother as well. So this is like detaching, like cutting that umbilical cord, I would say, and breaking free from anything that has been tying you, holding you hostage to some sort of an obligation. Could be a family obligation, could be anything to do with home, your roots, anything like that. So what have I not mentioned so I can finish the astrology part of this reading? Okay, well, Pluto is direct in Capricorn at 19 degrees. Saturn is at 6 degrees. It's starting to get closer and closer to Pluto. Saturn, of course, is very strong. Yeah, I didn't mention that. Saturn is in its own home sign of Capricorn, very, very strong. And with the nodes having shifted into Cancer, Capricorn, Cancer is the north node, south node is in Capricorn. It's a very Capricornian time for the next year and a half. Now, Cancer is the home, the family, the roots, the mother. Capricorn is our status in the world. It's being the authority. It's putting in that hard work, standing strong, becoming the elder. So that's the axis we will be working through. This is our soul's purpose for the next 18 months. Anything to do with career, which is Capricorn, and home, which is Cancer. So I think I will leave it at that. When I have time, I will upload more astrology on Vimeo. I will let you know about it. I'm really struggling with time at the moment. The only thing that I did not mention is that the sun is still at 22 degrees of Scorpio. It's finishing up its cycle in Scorpio, and it will be moving into Sag, right, very soon, as well as Chiron at 28 degrees of Pisces. It's still in its retrograde mode. So Chiron is the wounded healer. It's going back, trying to find a way to heal and end a chapter of anything to do with past life wounds, childhood wounds, and Chiron being the wounded healer. Some of us are licking our wounds, trying to heal them, and in the process we are becoming the healers. Now, when Chiron moves back into Aries, this is a sign of the initiation. This is a brand new sign, a brand new cycle. And so we will be instigating healing, okay, healing through crisis, healing and becoming the warrior, pushing the energies through to bring on that healing or to become that healer. Did I mention Uranus at 29 degrees of Aries? Again, very explosive. Okay, very, very explosive. Now, one last thing that I wanted to say was that Mars, which will be moving into Pisces, Mars is the ruler of Aries, right? And Uranus being in Aries, it's like Uranus rules Aquarius. So it's funny, you know, having Mars in Aquarius at the last degrees. It's like, it's as though they've swapped positions. So instead of Mars being where Uranus is where Mars would be, and so on and so forth. So this is a very interesting time because there is a sextile between the two, all right? And this is very interesting because it's very important when this happens. All right, so I think I will leave you at that. Thank you so much. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Sending you many wishes and many blessings. Stay well, stay blessed. Bye.